Hey guys, so today it is time for my March empties. I used up a lot of things this month, as you can see. These past few months, I feel like I've been just burning through so many products. Really just been making a point, especially with like my skincare and body care, to just use up what I have. Been trying not to buy anything new, so I've just been going through my stash, so it feels really good to have some things emptied. I'm going to go through and share my reviews with you on all these products, and as always, I'm going to divide them into 3 categories. The first category being products I loved and would repurchase. Second category being products that I feel kind of neutral about, maybe would recommend, but probably wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase. And then the third category being duds, fails, things that I wouldn't recommend or repurchase. And then I also have some cleaning and household products that I'm going to save for like the very end, just because I know not everybody wants to hear about that stuff, but I do have some of those products as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, I actually just went through and sorted everything and realized I don't have any fails this time. I don't have anything in that third category, so that's good news. But let's go ahead and start with the products that I loved and could definitely see myself repurchasing. So I do have a couple of makeup products, which is always exciting. The first one is a mascara. This is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara in brown. So I wouldn't repurchase the brown just because I think I realized I don't like brown mascara on myself. I just prefer something that stands out and looks a little bit more dramatic. But I love this formula and I would definitely repurchase the black version of this. So this is just a great classic mascara. I actually talked about this in a video last week about products that I've actually repurchased. Not just hypothetically would repurchase, but I've actually purchased multiple times. This was one of them. I really love this formula. I love the brush. It has a nice kind of spiky wand, you can see there. Nice short bristles, really good at lengthening, separating, and volumizing in my opinion. It's also not super prone to smudging or transferring, so just an all-around good classic mascara. If I'm ever like not sure what mascara to buy at the drugstore, this is probably the one I would get. But at the same time, I also like trying new formulas, so it might be a while before I get around to repurchasing this again. I almost couldn't find this one because it's so small. But this other makeup product that I used up is the CoverGirl, another CoverGirl product. This is their Exhibitionist Kohl eyeliner pencil in the shade Rich Brown. If you follow my project pan, you saw me use this up in there, but this is a great eyeliner pencil. It is the kind that you sharpen, which I do actually. I mean, I like both retractable and sharpenable pencils, but I like that sharpenable pencils are less waste, so I could definitely see myself going back to this one. I also have the black version currently in my collection still. It's very creamy, very opaque, long wearing. I would say I didn't get crazy smudging with it or anything. I wouldn't say that it's like totally budge proof like the NYX Epic Wear liner pencils, not quite that level, but it's still like for everyday wear, it's a really good option. So I could definitely see myself going back and repurchasing this down the road in the future, but I'm not in need of any new eyeliner pencils anytime soon. And the Rich Brown shade, in case you're wondering what it looks like, there's a tiny bit left I can swatch for you. It's a nice deep brown, but it is a true brown, and I have really come to enjoy brown eyeliner. I'm actually wearing a brown winged liner today, the Flower Beauty one, and I like that it's just a little bit softer than a black. I did mention I do prefer black mascara, just because I really like for my lashes to show up really well, but I do really like a nice, like, true brown liner. I just think it looks a little bit softer. It's really pretty, really classic, and it goes with a lot of looks. Next we have kind of a makeup adjacent product. It's a lip balm, but you could also consider this a lip gloss if you wanted to. This is the Kopari Lip Glossy. I actually used this mainly as my nighttime lip balm for a while. I did cut it open, get everything out of there in true me style, but I love this lip balm. I do have a few of the tinted ones kind of floating around now on my desk, in my purse, but honestly I would probably just go back to the clear one to use as a nighttime lip balm because it really does work well to help heal my lips overnight. It's a nice kind of thick formula, so I do find that even when I apply it right before bed, when I wake up in the morning, it's still there, you know, it hasn't like completely disappeared. So I do feel like I'm getting like a good full night's worth of nourishment out of this, but it also would make a good daytime lip balm if you're looking for something that does give your lips some shine. You could kind of just throw it on as a lip gloss to like finish off your makeup look too if you wanted to. So great product, and I know Kapari is kind of like a more expensive brand, but these lip glossies are not that expensive. They're $13 a piece, which really isn't too bad, especially for what a great product it is. So I I really enjoyed this. I still love the Paula's Choice Lip and Body Treatment Balm. That is like the heavy duty lip balm that I will go to if I ever need like serious intensive care for my lips. So this one's not quite as like intensively moisturizing as that one, but it still works really well for me and it does help to keep them from getting dry and chapped. So I could definitely see myself repurchasing this and I think I would just go for the clear one. All right, so this skincare product, I'm kind of sad to be done with this because I do miss it. But I'm not going to repurchase it yet because I do want to just try to use up as much of my current skincare as I have. But this is the Paula's Choice Skin Recovery Hydrating Treatment Mask. So this is essentially an overnight mask, or, you know, really what it is just a thick night cream. And I love this whole skin recovery line for dry skin. I've been on topical tretinoin for the past year, and this line has been so helpful for me. And this is probably one of my favorite products from the whole line, I've realized. You're basically getting double the product of what a standard moisturizer comes with, but for like the same price. So don't sleep on this. Really don't sleep on the whole skin recovery line because they have some really good products here, especially if you have really sensitive skin, really dry skin, anything like that. If you're on tretinoin or Accutane, I bet it would also be really good. But this I would pretty much use as the last step of my nighttime skincare routine. So I would double cleanse, then go in with, you know, if I'm using a serum that night, I would do that. I would apply like a lightweight moisturizer, and then I would apply my tretinoin, and then I'd apply this on top just to kind of seal everything in. And this is just a really thick, rich, nourishing cream, and it took me a really long time to go through. So I really do miss this now that it's gone. It was especially really great to have in the winter when my skin was extra dry. So I will definitely repurchase this at some point down the road and highly recommend it. Then I actually have two hair products from Amika. These are both minis of the Flash Instant Shine Mask and the Cure Multitask Repair Treatment. So these came in a set. It was like a holiday set that came with these and a full size of their Soul Food mask. I love the Soul Food mask. Haven't repurchased it yet because I'm using up my Eva NYC mask. I also really love these, and so did my boyfriend, and we're actually considering repurchasing, probably not both, but one of these two. I'm gonna just review these both at the same time because I actually feel like they're kind of similar. So the Cure, which is this green bottle, is meant to strengthen, reinforce the cuticle, and prevent future damage and breakage. And then the Flash Instant Shine Mask is meant to seal, soften, and hydrate, and basically give your hair like instant shine. These both come out as like a clear liquid, like a clear kind of slippery liquid, which is interesting for like a mask or a treatment, but I feel like I actually kind of like that format for a hair mask because, especially if you have fine hair like mine, sometimes like a thick, creamy hair mask, like a deep conditioning mask, is almost too heavy, whereas with these you could basically use them every wash if you wanted to, and they're not going to be too heavy or they're not going to weigh your hair down. So I actually really came to enjoy this texture of a hair product, but you don't want to use these in place of conditioner because they don't quite do the same thing. So with the Flash one, I would put this on and then I would put my regular conditioner on top, like before rinsing this out. Let them both sit in my hair for like a few minutes, then rinse. And then with the Cure, I would do my regular conditioner, rinse the conditioner out, then put this in, let it sit for a few minutes, then rinse it out. So kind of complicated, but the one time I did try to use the Flash in place of conditioner because I didn't quite understand how to use it, it just wasn't quite enough moisture for my hair. So yeah, kind of a unique product, but I did feel like with both of these, they just kind of made my hair feel extra smooth, silky, soft, but in a different way than a hair mask would. Like I still like using like a deep conditioning mask, like maybe once a week, but these I kind of like using daily or like at least every other wash, just for that extra boost that it gives my hair. So I really enjoyed these. They are like $26 for the full size, which is pricey. I would not pay full price for them, but if I ever do see them on a good sale, I think I would pick up probably either one. But I think of the two, I would probably pick the Cure. I can't necessarily say if this helped reduce like breakage or split ends. It's really hard to tell if a product is actually helping with that. But I just liked it for the extra like softness and shine that it gave my hair. So really liked both of those. I do recommend them if it's in your budget or if you can find them on sale. I do think they're really good. I have two of these little Penrose perfume towelettes. I wouldn't buy the towelettes again, but these are both the Pillow Talk Poet scent. This is quickly becoming, I think, my favorite perfume scent that I've tried. I think this is kind of becoming like my signature scent. It's a very just, it's hard to describe. It kind of smells like clean laundry, but way better than that, you know? So the main notes are powder, ambergris, and musk. And I don't normally love powdery scents, but I've heard this scent described as like sexy laundry, and I think that is exactly what it is. Like, it just smells clean. You smell clean, you smell like you have your life together, and it's also a very mild scent. So I just feel like this is a good scent to wear pretty much anywhere, you know? It's not gonna like hit people in the face right away when you walk by them, but if somebody hugs you and they smell this, they're gonna be like, wow, you smell really good. So yeah, I think Penrose Pillow Talk Poet is my favorite. I do actually already have the travel spray of this, but I eventually plan to buy the full size because it's just the best. This is the best smelling perfume ever. I love it. I used up another one of the Aldi brand Source Moisturizing Beauty Bar, which is a bar soap, basically a dupe for the Dove bar soap. We use this in the shower as a body soap. Works great. It's a great affordable option. You can get like a 2-pack for $2 at Aldi. So it's a good one that I always go back to, but I also sometimes I like to buy like fun scented ones from small shops and stuff, but this is a great just old standby. Another product I'll forever repurchase, I talked about this in my products I've repurchased video too, the Certain Dry Everyday Strength deodorant. This is pretty much the only deodorant I use. Certain Dry is cruelty free, but this is an actual like true antiperspirant deodorant, so it's going to keep you from sweating, it's going to keep you smelling fresh all day long. I just put on like a couple swipes in the morning and I'm good to go for the rest of the day. I don't have to worry about it, so this is the one I'm always going back to. It's, yeah, it just works well. I've tried lots of natural deodorants. They don't work for me. This one works. I specifically get the Everyday Strength. They make some other ones as well that are like extra strength, but this is just a good kind of basic standard one. You've seen these in a lot of my Empties videos as well, the Hello Naturally Whitening Fluoride Toothpaste. This is my go-to. It's such a good toothpaste. I think I'm going to stop including these in my Empties videos just because you've seen it a million times before. It's in pretty much every Empties video. So I'll probably stop including this, but just know I am still brushing my teeth. Just not going to keep showing you this every single month. Moving over to the products that I liked. They weren't fails by any means, but I probably wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase them, but I also don't not recommend them, you know? So first I have the Kopari Coconut Crush Body Scrub. I liked this, I just wouldn't spend the money on it because my favorite Giovanni Hot Chocolate Sugar Scrub is like a fraction of the price, and I do like that one a little bit better. This one, the scent is not my favorite. It's got kind of a coconutty scent, but I did find the scent like a little bit sickly sweet for me, and this does leave behind somewhat of an oily residue, which I just don't really feel like I need that in a body scrub, but you might like that if you like for it to feel like it's really hydrating your skin. So yeah, not my favorite, but also not the worst. This I basically used up as a body scrub, but this is the Zion Health Scalp and Hair Scrub in the Pear Blossom scent. You might remember a couple years ago, I loved these scalp scrubs for my scalp, but since then I've kind of moved away from using scalp scrubs. I'm kind of paranoid about them causing breakage or damaging my hair, and I just don't feel like I need a scalp scrub anymore. But if you do like a scalp scrub, I do highly recommend these because they smell amazing. All three of the scents are incredible, and they do actually kind of lather up so you can use them in place of a shampoo, and they've got a good level of grit to them. So if you are a scalp scrub person, I do recommend these, but I just don't use them anymore. So I ended up just using this up on the body. The Pear Blossom scent is really nice. I will miss this scent. But that's just one product that I just don't really purchase anymore. I used up a moisturizer. Oh my gosh, this is like, there's like soot from a candle getting everywhere. This is from the brand Era Organics, and it is their Complete Plus Advanced 20-in-1 Moisturizer. This was sent to me in PR. I hadn't heard of the brand before. I mean, they're not like a super accessible brand, so I probably wouldn't go out of my way to purchase this just because, you know, it's not like they're sold at Target or Ulta or a place that I shop often. But this was a nice moisturizer. It reminded me a lot of like the e.l.f. Holy Hydration or the Versed Skin Soak, both of which I really like. Similar texture, nice kind of like wet feeling moisturizer. You know how some moisturizers have more of a wet feel and some feel a little bit more like buttery and firm. It had a good thickness to it, but it also felt like it was giving my skin some good moisture as well. So I enjoyed it, but I probably wouldn't buy it again, you know? So this was a favorite holy grail for a long time, but since then it's kind of moved over into the category of products that, I don't know, I just feel kind of meh about. It's not my favorite anymore. This is the Pixi Rose Glow Mist. Same thing as the Glow Mist. I'm pretty sure it just has a rose scent to it. I've used up this one and the original Glow Mist, and this is a very, very glowy, hydrating setting spray. If you have dry skin, like really dry skin, and you like a true glow and you don't mind a little bit of an oily feel, I do recommend this, but I think I've just found I prefer something that doesn't make my skin feel semi-oily. So right now I'm really loving the Makeup Revolution Fix and Glow Setting Spray. But at least for the time being, I don't think I'll go back to this one. It's just a little bit too glowy for me now. Another toothpaste I used up actually, this is just the Tom's Wicked Fresh Anti-Cavity Toothpaste in the Cool Peppermint flavor. I only bought this because they were out of the Hello, but I prefer the Hello Naturally Whitening. So yeah, this wasn't bad, like it's fine, but I prefer something that has whitening in it, and this one I don't think this is meant for whitening, so probably wouldn't repurchase that unless it was like the only thing available. Oh, another Kopari product. This is a lot of Kopari this time. This is the Starry Eye Balm. I actually have another one of these that I'm using now only because they sent it to me, and I do like this. Pretty much the way that I use it is I just apply it on top of my eye cream, and I feel like it especially helps keep my eye area from getting dry due to the tretinoin like migrating into that area. Kind of seals off that area and keeps the tretinoin from getting over there. So that's the main way that I use it, but you could also probably use like any facial oil, or Dr. Dre, a dermatologist that I follow here on YouTube, just recommends using like Vaseline or like a plain like petrolatum ointment around the eyes, so that would be a much cheaper alternative to this, but it's basically like a solid balm in there. I also really liked using this underneath concealers that I found too drying on my under eyes. It just kind of helped them not look as dry. So there's a lot of ways you can use this type of product, but I did notice, and I don't know if this was just because it was in the winter months, but towards the end of this it started to get really gritty, and I think it's because whatever balmy ingredients are in here, they would kind of solidify into these little balls, which I found kind of annoying, especially as I got to the end, because it was very hard to like really get those to melt into my skin. So I don't know if that's just a winter thing because it's like colder in my apartment, but kind of annoying. Has anyone else had that experience with this product? The one I have now also does have some of those little balls in it, but because I'm still like working off the top layer, I haven't like gotten to those particles. So I'm hoping as it gets warmer in the air, like those will start to dissolve again. I don't know. But for that reason, I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy it myself, but just because I have it, they sent it to me, I am using it. Then I have this mineral bath soak. This is from the brand Acacia. It's their aromatherapy mineral bath in the cedarwood scent. I think my boyfriend actually bought me this. Sometimes he'll bring these home just randomly for me, which is really sweet. So that's how I got this. The cedarwood scent, probably not a scent I would go for again. A little bit too just like essential oil-y for me. I don't love like pure essential oil scents typically, unless it's like eucalyptus or like mint. I do like those kinds of scents, but I would buy again from this brand, just probably not this exact scent. I have two candles that are way too expensive for what they are, but I did enjoy them. The first one was the Otherland Daybed candle. This is just a mini that came in their little like sampler set. This was sent in PR. This is a very floral scent. I don't typically go for floral scents like this, so I wouldn't repurchase this scent, and honestly wouldn't repurchase any of the Otherland candles. I just think they're way too overpriced for what they are. And then this I really enjoyed. The scent was so nice, the Skyler Fall Cashmere candle. I am realizing there's actually like no wax left in the bottom, so definitely got like the full experience out of this candle. But this candle, first of all, it got very sooty. Is that the word? Even though I was really good about trimming the wick, there's a lot of like soot in there. And it's really, really expensive for just like a single wick candle. But this scent, this is what I want my house to smell like all the time. Like this is just such a great house scent. I also have the perfume of this. I actually prefer it as a candle even over a perfume, because it really does just smell like a great like fall warm cozy candle. I would pay a maximum of like $15 for this candle, but I'm pretty sure it's like over $40, so I wouldn't buy that, but it was really nice. I savored it until the very end because it does smell incredible. Okay, so last but not least, I do have some household cleaning products in case you're interested in hearing about these. First, I have the Boulder Clean disinfecting wipes. I got these at Aldi. I didn't care for these. Number one, I didn't like the scent. Kind of reminds me of the smell of like 7th generation cleaning products, which if you've ever had one of their like spray cleaners, they smell awful. This is kind of like that. They say it's fresh lemon. No, I don't know. I didn't like the scent. Also, these wipes weren't juicy enough. They were just kind of dry. Like even at the very beginning, I just felt like they didn't have enough stuff in them. And number three, they dried out my hands. Like every time I used these, my hands would get super dry. So I just wouldn't buy those again, even though they are very accessible at Aldi. Then I have a laundry detergent. This is the Ecos Free and Clear laundry detergent. Really great value. They say 100 loads. I would say that's probably accurate. I feel like this lasted me a very long time, and it's pretty affordable. You can get it at Kroger. Pretty sure most grocery stores carry it. And it is one of the more affordable detergents there, and Ecos is a cruelty-free brand, so I definitely would repurchase that in the future if I'm ever in need of one. But I also like the laundry strips that come in like the paper envelope. Those are like a plastic-free option. They're just a little bit more expensive, like per load, so sometimes I do go for the Ecos instead. And then finally, I had the 7th generation laundry stain remover, free and clear scent, which is nice because normally 7th generation scents are awful. And this actually did a pretty good job removing stains. I did find that the best way to use it is to follow the directions. Go figure. But it says for best results, wash immediately or within 24 hours. Sometimes with stain removers, you're tempted to like spray it on and then let it sit for a long time and then wash. But I had the best results when I would spray it and then wash immediately. Also felt like this bottle lasted a long time. So I would recommend that if you're looking for a good cruelty-free stain remover for laundry. This did really well. Currently I have one from Method that's in it's like a bottle that has like a brush at the tip. That one's also working well. I feel like I could go either way, but I might repurchase this in the future because I felt like it did a pretty good job. So those are all my empties from the past month, kind of a little bit of everything. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about all the products that I used up. I always love filming these videos. I have a whole playlist filled with empties videos if you want to watch more videos like this. But otherwise, I would love to see you again soon. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've not already. I upload 4 videos a week. So hopefully I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye.